Okay, so very good morning to all of you. Today is Sunday, and Sunday is basically a off day for most of the people, so even people like me. But from past almost a decade, Sunday weekend is is the most busy time for us, specifically because at our center in Delhi, we have a weekend batch as well, and so there is a whole marathon that goes on weekends, especially for working professionals. Now, one of the most basic concern. Let me tell you about what exactly will be the structure of the lecture. So primarily, I'll first 30 minutes I'll be talking about the preparation strategy, जो सबके लिए common होगा, the general strategy. What should be the do's and don'ts in the beginning, of course. You already know at macro level. If you go to this side, inputs. The problem is that we live in an age of technology, and there is plethora of information. And because there's a plethora of information, we tend to get lost. What should be done, what should not be done, and students make a lot of mistakes in the process. And the reason why they make the mistake is that they're not able to get the right input. I'm a believer of putting limited effort. I believe that you will come across a lot of people with different views and mindset in terms of how preparation should be done. मेरा ये मानना है that you can be very selective in the preparation, and then still you can get selected. And that is because I've seen people cracking the examination with limited effort. मैं कुछ examples भी आपको दूंगा, the real life examples, not because I've made it. I have some friends who, I was in IT for almost 4.5 years. कुछ मेरे friends हैं who were there with me preparing. We had a team of 3-4 people who were preparing. Everybody is, उसमें से around 6-7 people were there. Out of that, 5 are already in the service. I'm in the mentoring phase. Another person is in the government job as a scientist. Now, the point I want to make here is that what are the differentiators for people who crack the examination and people who make effort? Aspirant has to have very clarity in terms of क्या चाहिए और क्या नहीं चाहिए. Because we have so much input that we're getting across, और हमारे time पे input कम मिलता था. I'm talking about probably 12-13 years ago. But today there's a plethora of information. Anybody can make a video on how to prepare, how not to prepare. But let's get to the basics. For me, examination is about skills. It is not about studying. It is about how you manage your studies. It is about how you get optimal output in that preparation process. It is also about attitude. When you design, when you take a decision that you want to prepare for the examination, ये अपने आप में once in a lifetime decision होता है. ये decision आप रोज नहीं लेते हो. You decide today, and then you have to stick to that decision for probably at least 2 years of your life. So we need to understand that what exactly is to be done for from the student's point of view, how you should see the competition, and we need to understand more about the competition so that I can get the right input for the preparation. The first 30 minutes would be from the preparation strategy. In general, जो सबके लिए common होगा. Whether working or non-working will remain the same. It would not change. Only thing is that the people who are working, they have a time constraint in terms of job. They have a commitment, and when you have a commitment, so you have to juggle multiple things, time management, and finding even 10 minutes in between and utilizing them becomes very important. So uske after 30 minutes I'll talk 20 minutes about on this, 10 to 20 minutes here, and then the last 15 minutes I'll take the doubts and questions if you have. So that would be the entire structure of the preparation. Now before starting, I'll give a small example, and this example is I have 2 friends who are right now in service, and they were in full-time job. One of them is, his name is Mitra Banu Mahapatra. Right now he is an IPS in Odisha cadre, and we had a group of 7 people, and he was very different. And different was that he was very selective in terms of his preparation, and he was more towards the skill. मुझे करना minimum क्या करना है so that an examination can be cracked. I learned a lot of things from him. He was from a background of civil services. उसके father भी civil servant थे, so probably he had some inputs in terms of what to be done and what not to be done. But that is immaterial because it is more about execution. Because information आपको सब कुछ होता है, input. If you meet a mentor will tell you कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. So he got selected. He gave his first attempt in 2009. and he got selected in that year itself. And I was surprised to see his selection. The reason why I was surprised, because he did not leave his job in for a single day. He was in IBM, working in IBM in Pune. I was also in Pune, and he continued. Just before the prelims examination, 10 days, he kind of took a break, 10 days, 15 days. Before the mains examination, he took a break of around 1 month by giving some medical and all, and that he had planned. So that was the only break that he had taken, and mostly it was about with job. What are the differentiators? Why was he able to crack? Because I asked him later that, see, we are also in job, you're also in job. Okay, I'm also doing my preparation. I gave my first attempt in the same year, but I missed by few marks. I also reached till the interview stage, but I missed by few marks. But it is all about who are the achievers. If when you're not selected, nobody will ask you why. They would just see, okay, you're not selected. That's all. Because it is more about you. Aap selection aapka ho raha hai ya nahi ho raha hai. You crack the prelims, okay, you'll have a feel good. You crack the mains, you have feel good. But ultimately, it back to square one, because ultimate objective is to get selection here. That would be the major objective. His approach was that he focused mostly on his skills. If I have to say that 100 unit was the syllabus, thoda lucky bhi tha, I would say, because in some areas you prepare something and say aapke achhe question aa jate hain. No, probably he had just covered 50-60 unit of the syllabus. And means his syllabus coverage was not more than 50-60 or 70%. 30% padha to hai, but the thoroughness was not there. Secondly, he had a very good writing skills. He could communicate well. He could write well. He could put his thought process, effectively. Apni baat likh pate ho. Because examination is not about just studying. It is more about communication at the end of the day. जब आप basic level पे पढ़ाई कर लेते हो, when you are aware what is going around the country, when you have a basic understanding of economy, history, polity, geography, आपके अराउंड आपके सोशल मिलियो और एनवायरनमेंट में क्या चल रहा है, जब वो बेसिक लेवल पे आपको समझ में आ जाता है, then it is more about effective communication. Because आप पढ़ो तो पढ़ोगे बहुत, but you won't have time to write everything in examination. Examination में आपको you have to write some 200 words in 9 minutes. That is a heck of a work. So I'm more concerned about, can you write 200 words? Can you put your thought process or your understanding in that 200 words, that too in 9 minutes? Because that would be the ultimate objective. Second is the reading skills. Now, reading skills are also very important. As I mentioned, these are skills. So, for example, how many words you can read in a minute? आप एक मिनट में कितने वर्ड पढ़ पाते हो? The traditionally people do not focus on small little things. अगर आप छोटी छोटी चीजों पे वर्क करोगे, your preparation will enhance or will go up and reach by little effort. Probably you have to invest 10 minutes of your daily routine in improving your skills. How many words you can read in a minute? When you open a Hindu, there is an article on editorial, and when you go through article, the article is of 1200 words. So my question is that how many कितने time में आप पढ़ लेते हो उस article को? For example, again it would depend that from what background the article is. If you are from a science background or science article, you'll be able to read it in a relatively better manner. If you're from a background of in economics and there is an article on state of the economy or government policies on economy, you will be able to understand better. If you are from a humanities background, social science padha hai or education health pe article hai, probably you'll be able to read it better in a limited span of time. So if I tell you, when I started my reading, my word per minute was hardly 60 to 70 words per minute. I could read just 60-70 words per minute. Today my reading speed has gone up to 250 to 300 words per minute. अपनी रीडिंग स्किल को कैसे, हाउ डू आई इम्प्रूव माई रीडिंग पार्ट, मैं अपना रीडिंग कैसे इम्प्रूव करूं, हाउ शुड आई, बिकॉज रीडिंग इज जस्ट नॉट जस्ट रीडिंग, इट इज ऑल्सो अबाउट रीडिंग, कॉम्प्रिहेंडिंग एट द सेम टाइम, पढ़ते टाइम समझ में आना चाहिए, देन एट द सेम टाइम कॉम्प्रिहेंडिंग एंड देयर हैज टू बी सम रिटेंशन आल्सो, बिकॉज आप पढ़ते हो, आपने एक आर्टिकल पढ़ा नहीं, क्लोज योर आईज एंड आस्क योरसेल्फ कितना मुझे याद है और हाउ मच आई कैन कॉल व्होएवर, all these were very important. The parents should focus. Somebody who has a reading skill of 150 words and other दूसरे का reading speed 100 words per minute है, so आपका इसका preparation almost 1.5 times ज़्यादा effective in the same 1 hour. Okay, so we have to focus on skills. How do I pace my preparation? ये चीजों पे लोग बच्चे अगर पढ़ते हैं, कोई किताब आप स्ट्रक्चर तरीके से पढ़ाई करो, फिर किताब पढ़ रहे हैं. I'm more concerned about how do I minimize my effort in reading that book? How do I maximize the outcome of my effort? That is what is important. So जो 30 मिनट्स का प्रिपरेशन है उसमें आई एम मोर कंसर्न अबाउट क्या करना है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द स्किल्स हैव टू बी इनहैंस, यू हैव टू वर्क क्लियरली ऑन दीस स्किल्स. कैसे इंप्रूव होगा, इट्स दैट इज अनदर डिस्कशन और टॉपिक. मैं उस पर एक सेशन लूंगा कि रीडिंग स्किल्स को आप कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकते हो, एंड हाउ टू राइट गुड आंसर. In your mind, if you want to crack the examination, you should have a mission mode approach. You can't be very casual about the approach. आप easily पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकते हो, आप एक मिशन मोड में आपको पढ़ाई करना होगा. I'm not saying that you study for 8 hours or 10 hours. I'm saying just study for 2 hours, but 2 hour effective होना चाहिए. अगर 2 hour आपका effective है, believe me, it has to be with continuity. आप 6 days a week or 7 days a week आप 2 hour effectively 2 to 3 hours पढ़ पा रहे हो, that itself will work for you. Because if you are able to put that consistently, आपका outcome दिखाई देगा आपको. So I'm more concerned about the qualitative aspect of the preparation rather than slogging whole day, reading. कि आपने पिछले अपनी 20 years 25 years के लाइफ में how many times you have studied and you have just not passed a single page. आप 2 घंटे से एक ही पेज पे पढ़े हुए हो. You have not read a single chapter and you have taken your books right since morning till evening. ऐसा कितनी बार हुआ है? And if you ask yourself, you'll find that probably it has happened because the focus is lacking. Maybe you do not know how to improve your outcome in terms of preparation. So we have to focus more on the skills. So let's understand first क्या इस एजेंडा होना चाहिए. So I'm more concerned about first is UPSC को जाने का दो ही तरीका है. One is the syllabi. So you have to good thorough in-depth understanding of the syllabus. आप syllabus को पढ़ो, read the syllabus. If I have to define the syllabus in nutshell, UPSC is about knowing India almost at general level, everything: economy, history, politics, culture, society, international relations, past, any kind of scientific development, environment, climate change, biodiversity. Almost जो आपके around में चल रहा है, you have to know at basic level. Remember, this exam is journalist. ये एक technical exam नहीं है. So if it is not a technical examination, which means that कि आपको technical level पे नहीं जाना है. You have to understand from a generic and a layman point of view. But yes, कहीं-कहीं technicality भी आती है. That needs to be skipped because you have to more concerned about the understanding part. So syllabus ka understanding is the key. And if I have to see the syllabus, so this is the UPSC syllabus. Okay, so we already know the pattern. I'll come to that syllabus. So one is the syllabus part. Know the syllabus very well. Invest some time here. I said that invest 10-15 minutes every day for the next 1 month in the syllabus. Read it. And the idea behind the reading syllabus again and again, और आप बहुत casually पढ़ो उसको, जैसे आप चाय पी रहे हो, you are having a tea in you, and you just have a syllabus in your hand and just read it. Okay, paper 2 ये है. Okay, paper 3, these are the this thing. Okay, I have to read parliament, I have to read executive, I have to read local government. Okay, economics, I have to read development, I have to read globalization, liberalization, I have to read okay, in science nanotechnology पढ़ना है. Okay, so when you read these words somewhere you get कहीं ना कहीं आपके दिमाग में words बैठ जाते हैं. You don't have to memorize, and moment you open a newspaper and there's an article on nanotechnology, suddenly they'll be pop up in your mind. Okay, this is a nanotechnology is mentioned in the syllabus of UPSC, so I need to read this article. Okay, so that is how you filter your preparation. You can't every time open a you call your mentor and ask, sir, इसमें कौन सा article पढ़ना है, कौन सा नहीं पढ़ना है. For maybe probably 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, 10 days, he or she might be able to help you. But eventually you have to develop your own process. So for that, syllabi का understanding होना बहुत जरूरी है. So syllabus understanding, and the second is, as I mentioned, UPSC is more about understanding and linking the subjects that you've read with the current level. Contemporary relevance, there's a word called contemporary relevance. So anything and everything that you're reading, you have to link with contemporary, current level पे. तो आज से आपको link करना होगा. So contemporary relevance is the key for the preparation. For example, if you read economy, if you understood the concept of economics and you've read about Indian economy, so a student of economics should try to understand that we are going through a crisis, a COVID crisis, under which economy is now going in an uncertain phase. So what should government do in this process? What kind of theories I've read? What do we have a historical precedence? क्या पहले ऐसा कभी हुआ है? If we have a historical precedence, what those time government or economy or people in the in the maybe the technical people or the economists did, or what government did, can we do it today? So a number of questions. What kind of problems India is facing right now. So a student of economics should be able to understand these things, comprehend these things, and should have a solution to the problems. आप government को क्या करना चाहिए, RBI को क्या करना चाहिए, how should we ensure that businesses keep running in the economy, because this problem is going to stay probably maybe another 8 months or 10 months till the time vaccine is out. So you have to link things. So current newspaper reading का बहुत important factor है. आप एक दिन पढ़ाई मत करो, but make sure that you are regular with the newspaper reading. Newspaper reading बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है. Okay. Once the current affairs का appraisal और current affairs से आपका understanding होना चाहिए. Believe me, current affair आप day one से पढ़ोगे तो you'll find some problem because current affair many times could be technical as well. And current affairs में आपका background जो होता है, कई बार you are from, let's say you're from a science background and you don't have an interest in reading newspapers. Why should you read newspapers? Or you don't have an understand what is going at the border between India and China, or you don't know the historical historical thing between India and China. Because a student को शायद अगर आर्टिकल पढ़ेगा तो उसमें भी हिस्टोरिकल रेफरेंसेस होंगे which you might not be able to understand, and then it becomes very difficult. So student tend to feel that current affairs is very tricky. Yes, in the beginning maybe there are certain historical things that you need to know so that you can understand current affairs better. So for example, if you read economics, आपको इंडिया की इकोनॉमी के बारे में पता है, right from 50s to 2020, any article on economy, if you read it today, even it is link of 50s and 60s is given, you'll be able to understand. So that will take some time. You cannot expect कि आज ही सब हो जाए. So you have to have little patience, invest some time. Probably in UPSC there are 250 to 300 keywords, subject wise means total, in economy maybe 50, in polity maybe 60. तो subject wise जो keywords होंगे वो उसका आपको understanding होना जो जरूरी है. So newspaper reading would be another thing which I'll be discussing, and then choosing optional, which is again thing that I'll be taking a new, because there's so many things in preparation, so I cannot take everything in one lecture. Today focus would be the basic preparation strategy and what the working profession should do. Then again here, then I'll come to the working professional. Working professional क्या करेंगे? Little bit I'll give NCERT का reference भी दूंगा कि what NCERT is to be read. So today का syllabi का understanding, newspaper is the key for preparation. Next is of course the NCERT का relevance, and the fourth is of course what should the professionals do. आप work कर रहे हो, आप job कर रहे हो, आपको क्या करना चाहिए, तो आपको कैसे अपना time management करना चाहिए. I'll give you some tips, I'll give you some inputs. You can use your own understanding, because every professional is different. उनका work schedule अलग है, the target and deadlines are different. Hence they have to make your own plan. But I'll be discussing the macro strategy. So first is the syllabus ka understanding. Now, what is UPSC? So we all know UPSC is 3-stage examination. So I'll be discussing about the preparation, working professional abhi aate hain. So first is of course 3-stage examination, prelims. So again prelims, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is general studies, paper 2 is aptitude test. Okay, maths reasoning aata hai. So paper 1 is general studies. Paper 1 का general studies का paper होता है 200 marks का. This is also 200 marks. Paper 2 is qualifying in nature. Okay, so qualifying in nature. This paper 2 have reasoning, maths, जिसको आप quant बोलते हैं, English, RC, critical reasoning. So ये पारा part होता है. और यहाँ you have to score 67. That is 33% आपको score करना होता है. That means the qualifying. Just score anything above 67, you are clear. Then paper 1 general studies का जो syllabus है, अगर आप देखोगे ये सारा syllabus है general studies का. Okay, so current events. The first line is current events. Anything of national international importance आपको पढ़ना है. Students बार बार पूछते हैं सर क्या पढ़ना है क्या नहीं पढ़ना है. Anything at national international importance, which means local news, domestic news, state news, आपको avoid करना है. That is not important. Then of course the subjects would be history, geography, constitution and polity, economics, environment, ecology, and general science. So these are the other subjects which have been mentioned. What detail में नहीं है, they have just mentioned history of India, Indian and world geography. So basically you have to read it. अब इसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, हम इन सारे subjects को हम एक base हम मान के चलेंगे कि I have to take NCERT as a base. Now if you see, the syllabus can be broadly divided into 2 broad areas. One is the static portion, जिसको हम conventional sources के conventional areas बोलते हैं. Conventional static, which means 70 years 80 years से same है, they are not going to change. So these are static. Economy, for example, history would be static, geography would be static, any kind of science में कोई theories है वो भी static हो सकता है. Constitution is static. Then comes the dynamic areas. Dynamic means जिसको हम non-conventional areas बोलेंगे, okay, या unconventional areas बोलेंगे, which are likely to change. For example, interlink करेंगे. मान लो आपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पढ़ा and anything has happened in the current part related to the Constitution of India. So that is dynamic. Anything from the current issues, dynamic. आपने IR का history पढ़ा, you read about Indian foreign policy, so maybe that is static. But if you link Indian foreign policy at current level, it is dynamic. So dynamic and non-conventional areas पे आपके almost 50 to 60% questions जो है बनते हैं, and hence newspaper reading and current affairs becomes the most important part of the preparation. You can't skip newspaper reading. एक और जो कॉमन बच्चों को लगता है कि आई कैन गेट नोट्स, सी वी आर इन द फील्ड ऑफ मेंटरिंग स्टूडेंट्स, एंड न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, बच्चों को लगता है कि हम कहीं से मंथली मैगजीन उठा लेंगे, आई पिक अ मंथली मैगजीन, आई पिक सम डेली नोट्स एंड आई रीड इट एंड दैट विल डू वेल. You can do it, but these are more like a secondary process, supplementary होना चाहिए. You should read newspapers. If you can't read the entire newspaper, at least make sure that you read editorials, because newspaper preparation is more about developing your thought process, having your own opinion, clarity over issues. You have to be a thinker, you have to be a decision maker. And if I make pointers from the newspaper and give it to you कि आप ये pointers पढ़ लो, that would not suffice. वो enough नहीं है preparation के लिए. So newspaper reading के साथ साथ, okay, it's a demand of the people कि आपको notes मिलना चाहिए. It's the demand of the market or the businesses that we have to give you notes, or we have to give you monthly magazines, we have to give you daily Hindu ka summary, or maybe Indian Express summary. So that is what most of the coachings do. But the most important thing is that students should be able to judge themselves and should be able to find what is relevant in the newspaper and read themselves. वो अपना newspaper खुद पढ़े, and they can link जो आपको monthly magazine मिल रहा है, इसको आप supplementary, इसको primary source की तरह use मत करो. There should be a supporting source. कभी कभी आपका maybe 10 days आप न्यूज़पेपर नहीं पढ़ पाए, during some period you could not read it, then you can refer it for a temporary period. At least in the beginning of 6 months न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना चाहिए. शुरू में थोड़ा टाइम भी लगेगा, you'll find it little painful also, but believe me, it's worth the effort, because as I mentioned, I'm more concerned about developing your skills. अगर मैं किसी का समरी पढ़ता हूँ न्यूज़पेपर का, so maybe I'm not able to understand, I'm not able to, these are mere fact for me, मेरे लिए सीधा सीधा fact है वो, मेरा understanding issues के बारे में develop नहीं हो रहा है. And let's say there's an article between India and China, that there's a issue between India and China is going on. So India and China पे आप maybe पिछले 15 या 1 month में you'll read some 10 articles. So आपका जो 10 articles का एक macro view है, the thought process वो develop होता है, जो शायद एक article जो हम आपको summary बना के देते हैं, that might not be sufficient. So I would suggest that make sure if you can't read the entire newspaper because time is a constraint, at least आप editorials पढ़ लो. If you can't make notes, ठीक है, वो supplementary से ensure कर लो कि supplementary sources में वो सारी चीजें mention है, but at least make sure you read it in the editorial part at least. अगर आपका time है and you can invest 1.5 hour every day for the newspaper, उसका कोई alternative या उसका कोई parallel नहीं है, remember. So first is preliminary, और preliminary exam में GS पेपर 2 पे सारे static और dynamic areas होते हैं, ठीक है. तो अब इसमें अगर मैं बात करता हूँ syllabus में ही, so maybe history can be dynamic, okay, then geography, the static part, the physical geography and all, history can be static, constitution can be static, but policy and rights issues, they can be dynamic. Economic and social development theories can be static, but anything happening right now will be dynamic. Government schemes, social sector initiatives will be dynamics. Demographic can be static, but application current time could be dynamic. Environment, ecology, biodiversity, climate change, ये पूरा dynamic है. You might read the basic theory, but because UPSC is more concerned about current correlation with these things. And here it is also required, do not require subject specialization, which means you do not have to go in the technical level. General science, again, what is going around you, that is more dynamic area. So these are the this is the syllabus of prelims. और prelims का जो आपका generic level पे cut off होता है, out of 200, on an average the cut off would be 50 to 55%. So I have to breach this. मुझे 60% आपका target होना चाहिए, that I should average 60%. अगर मैं prelims के final day में निकाल लेता हूँ, I'll be thorough with prelims. Okay, so if I talk about the cut off, the last 4 years का cut off कितना है? 2015 का cut off है 107.34, 2016 का cut off है 116, 17 का cut off है 105.34, 18 का cut off है 98, 19 का 2019 का एग्जाम अभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है, कट ऑफ अभी मे बी आफ्टर 1 मंथ आएगा, एंड 20 तो अभी हुआ ही नहीं है. सो दीज आर द कट ऑफ्स यू कैन सी. सो एवरेज 55% के अराउंड आप देख सकते हो कट ऑफ्स जो है होते हैं. तो हमें 60% का टारगेट लेके चलना है इन प्रीलिम्स. ओके, once you clear the prelims, you go to the mains examination, and once you go to the mains examination, prelims के बाद mains में जाते हो. So mains is all about good communication, writing skills. Okay, so हमारा objective क्या होगा कि हम अपनी writing skills को कैसे develop करें. So again I'll go to the syllabus of the mains. CSAT, basic reasoning, maths 10th 12th का आता है, तो वो एक अलग एरिया है. So if you see history, culture and geography, read the syllabus thoroughly. And a good thing about the main syllabus is कि main syllabus अच्छे से defined है, and you need exactly step. So ultimate objective क्या होगा हमारा जब हम final का main से exam देंगे, that एक एक line पर, let's say cell and fusion in society, हर चीज छोटी छोटी चीजों पे मेरे पास structured pointers and notes update होना चाहिए. ठीक है, so मेरे को एक एक point इसमें cover करना है. That would be the ultimate objective. ठीक है, उसमें कुछ टॉपिक बहुत छोटे होंगे, मे बी 2 पेज में कवर हो जाएंगे, सम टॉपिक माइट रिक्वायर डिटेल. सो दैट वुड बी देयर. और इससे जुड़ा हुआ जो इश्यूज है, जो भी करंट में चल रहा है पिछले 1.5 साल में, 1 ईयर 1.5 ईयर, इज समथिंग दैट वी हैव टू बी वी हैव टू कवर. सो यूपीएससी का जो प्रिपरेशन का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो यही है. yes, it would require some time. If you ask me that how much time, how much hours should I study, well, that is both more subjective. I'm more concerned about qualitative study, because when I was in job I could hardly study 2 hours a day, but मेरा ये 2 hour बहुत effective था. It was equal to 4 hours of a normal student, because I was like, मेरे दिमाग में था कि I do not have a chance. I was already 28 and I do not had a chance, so I said that I have to give my best. And believe me, there are people with this approach, even today they are working and they have the chances of higher selection. Okay, I would credit the entire effort. जो भी मैं आज mentor भी हूँ, तो that was because of the effort I took during my job time. Okay, yes, मैंने job छोड़ा था, but that was just 4 months before preparation, 4 months before prelims examination, and I could easily sail all the stages and reach the interview in first attempt. Though I made some mistake, मैंने कुछ गलतियां भी की थी, and I did not had much attempts. I had just 2 attempts. So I'm just giving you an example that I made some mistake. You should not make that mistake. So मेंस में राइटिंग स्किल इज द की. आप सिलेबस को पढ़ो, बट इंश्योर करो कि इस पे कोई भी इशू आ रहा है, उस पे यू कैन राइट वेल, यू कैन कम्युनिकेट वेल. ओके, सो दैट वुड बी द अल्टीमेट ऑब्जेक्टिव, एंड दैट हैज टू बी डेवलप्ड ओवर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. Anil, my voice is coming to you guys. Am I is it in disturbance, or is it okay? Some students are facing issues. Audible, right? Okay, it's fine. Okay, so Anil, there is a problem at your end, beta. So this is what. So mains में, let's go the main syllabus. अगर हम देखते हैं, so you have general studies, history, geography, culture. Again, then paper 2 governance, polity, constitution. Paper 3 is technology, environment, disaster management. Paper 4 is ethics, integrity, and aptitude. If you talk about the paper 2 and 2, 3, so this is common with prelims. Okay, this paper is new paper. And if I talk about the common areas with prelims, so these are the areas of prelims. You can see history, polity, economics, geography, environment, current, SNT. After the class, इस slide को आप देख लीजिएगा. So these are the prelims plus area, which means these are mains area. ये आपको, ये अभी आप शुरू में आप इसको skip कर सकते हो. You can read in the end. और so 70% is common for both prelims and mains, and this extra 30% which you have to cover once you clear the prelims. Okay, now question is that ये जो 70% है, इसके लिए आप सिर्फ मेंस का ही सिलेबस फॉलो करो. दैट विल, यू डोंट फॉलो प्रीलिम सिलेबस, जस्ट फॉलो द मेन सिलेबस, बिकॉज मेन सिलेबस ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड्स द प्रीलिम सिलेबस. तो ये 70% एरियाज में जो प्रीलिम्स और मेंस में कॉमन है, उसको फोकस करो. नाउ अनदर क्वेश्चन इज दैट शुड आई हैव अ अप्रोच फॉर प्रीलिम्स डिफरेंटली एंड मेंस डिफरेंटली. वेल, इन द बिगिनिंग नो, आखिरी के 3 महीने में हो सकता है, बट इन द बिगिनिंग यू शुड हैव अ, you should not have a segregated approach, you should have a comprehensive approach for examination. If you read a topic, let's say you read about a topic, and there's a topic you read about health. So if there is an MCQ on health issues, so it will be the prelims question, and if there is a descriptive questions here, it will be the mains question. So यही basic difference है, और कोई difference नहीं है. So you focus on the syllabus, focus on the understanding of the particular topic and issue, and you should, if that topic can be linked with the current, that should be the other focus. And अगर MCQ आता है तो prelims हो जाता है, and if there is a description, then it's a mains examination. Okay, and that is where newspaper reading becomes the key. Okay, Now, one more thing, students, what to read in the newspaper is another area. So my enrolled students can easily log in on our, student.diocese.com, and there is a video also in the mentoring section. And I'll be taking, on the newspaper reading again the coming week. Every week I take 1 or 2 mentoring session where I take themes. So today's theme was, the working professional. So I covered about the basic thing. तो हमारा objective क्या होगा कि हमको syllabus को पहले समझना है, and the current part also have to be covered. Newspaper reading is the key because you get around, as I mentioned, 40-50% questions from newspaper directly or indirectly. Okay. ऐसे भी होगा, यहीं से आएगा, जो भी इश्यूज ऐसे भी होगा तो करंट इश्यू से जुड़ा होगा. सो करंट इश्यूज का थरोनेस बहुत जरूरी है. आप एक दिन पढ़ाई मत करो, बट न्यूज़पेपर को कोशिश करना कि न्यूज़पेपर का जो रेगुलर रीडिंग है वो रहना चाहिए. दैट इज देयर. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज NCRTs. Which NCRTs have to be read? Now NCRTs में total there are 44 NCRTs. There is a lecture on NCRT, वो भी आप देख सकते हो. But out of this, only 20 are relevant. You can skip both of the other 24 or 20 plus NCRTs. So there are 4 subjects जहाँ का NCRT पढ़ना है: economy, polity, history and geography. उसके अलावा भी होते हैं, IR हो गया, society, okay, कुछ और एरियाज NCRT बढ़ जाते हैं, which again can be skipped right now. Right now just focus on economics, polity, history and geography. And here also a basic question, lot of students को लगता है कि कहाँ से start करें, what should be my beginning point, मेरा beginning point क्या होना चाहिए. Well, students who are from science background, they should always start with economy and polity. Why? Because इसका जो syllabus coverage है, it is the widest. The effort is less. If you read economics and politics, effort आपको कम लगेगा, but आप syllabus में ज्यादा cover कर पाओगे. See, ultimately, it is not only about reading anything, everything. It's also about knowing that what is more relevant, what is less relevant. So I have to focus more on the more relevant. पहला मेरा focus होगा कि more relevant areas को पढूं, और I can cover more syllabus. I can crack more questions. Okay. For example, history में अगर मैं बात करता हूँ, NCRT में, you will read some 7 to 8 NCRTs, and you get 15 question in. आपको 15 क्वेश्चन ही प्रीलिम्स में मिलेगा. इन पॉलिटी यू विल रीड मे बी 3 NCRTs and you will be able to solve again 12-15 questions. In economy again you will read 3 to 4 NCRTs. Again you will be able to cover 15 to 18 questions. आप देखो ना, यहाँ पर you are reading just double the NCRTs and you are attempting almost similar questions. So I'm saying that पढ़ना सबको है, but I will prioritize with those subjects जो कि syllabus में से coverage ज्यादा है. तो economy, polity has wider syllabus coverage. Same is true with geography. ज्योग्राफी भी अच्छा सिलेबस कवर करता है, बट ज्योग्राफी एंड एनवायरनमेंट इकोलॉजी गो टुगेदर. तो अभी हमको क्या करना होगा, हमको इन 4 सब का एनसीईआरटी पढ़ना होगा. द फर्स्ट इज हिस्ट्री. हिस्ट्री में क्या क्या पढ़ना है? सो यू हैव टू फॉलो दिस क्लास 12th एनसीईआरटी. सो दिस न्यू एनसीईआरटी एंड 3 ओल्ड एनसीईआरटी. ओके, सो दीज 3. सो 3 न्यू थीम्स 1 2 3, और यही जो है आपका 6 7 8 मेंशन्ड है, बट दीज आर वेरी बेसिक. So you can go directly to class 12 NCERT. Okay, yes. So class 12th NCERT 1 2 3. So one is ancient, 2 is medieval and 3 is modern. So history can be divided into various: ancient history, medieval history, modern history, world history, post independence history. Okay. Prelims में ancient, medieval and modern comes in. So you focus NCERT 12th and focus and also read the old NCERTs, because old NCERT are very, they are very well made. New NCERTs, they've been very selective in covering the syllabus. Okay, so these are 6 NCERTs that you cover in the beginning. Later on, art and culture, you have to read one book on art and culture, 1 or 2 at the max. So 1 art and culture can be there. Okay, so total 7 NCERTs in history. Okay, you can skip 6 7 8. If you feel that 12th NCERT is heavy for you, then you can go for 6th. Okay, अगर आपको 6 का if you 12th NCERT heavy लग रहा है, then you can go with 6th. But these are very basic NCERTs, बच्चों वाली किताब है, 6 7 8. You would not take much time to read them. Then come to the geography. Geography again, the new NCERTs, all of them. Read only old NCERT only with this specified. Otherwise, आप new पढ़ोगे. So old NCERT, these 4 ones, that's all. NCERT 11th 12th, the 4 NCERT: physical geography, environment, human geography, people and economy. Okay, so these are the 4 NCERT. So 4 here, Polity the first three, 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay, 3. This political theory is linked with more with IR. It can be linked, it can be read later. Both of them. ये बाद में पढ़ सकते हैं. So contemporary world politics, political theory can be read later. Okay. Right now, the beginning phase and 9th, 10th, 11th. 12th can also be read, but 12th is little technical. So here also, if I say 12 to 4 हो गया. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 and 7 is 18. And if I add IR, maybe 2 more. If I add in society, maybe 1 more. So 2021 NCRTs that you've read effectively. So that is what is needed in the UPSC. You don't have to read. You must be having the syllabus and the book list. If you don't, you can ask my team members. They can give it to you. And also there is a lecture on the main mentoring section where I have listed all the NCRT, and the NCRT, the relevant NCRT jo padhna hai, that is also there. Now, which NCRT to start? As I mentioned, people from technical background, science, you should start with the NCRT like economy and politics, because you will read 6 NCRTs and you'll be able to cover 2 subjects. In history, you just read 6 or 7 NCRTs and you'll be able to cover only 1 subject. So that is a call you have to take. Okay. Similarly, people from humanities background, if they have understanding in polity and history, they can decide what works for them. Geography is little technical. Geography is little technical, especially the part 1, fundamental physical geography. Yeah, this is little tough and little technical, but others are very simple and easy. Okay. Polity is highly, economics is highly conceptual, and polity is also application conceptual based. So that would be the NCRT part. Then the stand books, skip it for now. What should be done? Next 2 months, focus only on the NCRTs and try to cover them. 2 months, 60 days, 75 days, you can make a plan. After 1 or 2 months, you start going through previous year questions. Okay, so let's say you start economics. After economics advanced lectures, so I start economics. So after economics, I've read the NCRT kar liya, and I read the chapter wise economics. So I start with national income, and when I start with national income, I will try to solve the questions of previous year, prelims as well as mains. So that would, you don't have to start right away, but after 2 months time, you should link, because previous year question will give you insight what kind of question can come, what kind of question cannot come. So filtering is the key here. Some people want to start, want to read previous year question right away, aap kar sakte ho, but only problem is that you would not be able to understand today. So I want you to get little familiar with the subjects, and when you read NCRT, the familiarity part will come in first place. And after familiarity, jab familiar aap ho jaoge, when you're familiar, then you can go to previous year questions. Okay, and parallelly the current affairs also has to go on. I'm not going with the stand books, but mostly you have to read just 1 stand book in every subject if needed. Again, you do not need. Apart from these NCRTs, you'll be needing some 5 to 6 more books for the entire preparation. Remember, you don't have to make a stock of library for reading the book. Aapko sirf 5-6 books padhna hai. Remember, the key to cracking the examination is reading less and be more effective, because the questions that UPSC is going to ask you, they're going to be conceptual. They are not going to be factual. So reading more would not help. Reading less with effectiveness would help. Once you reach a threshold where you can crack the prelims, I've reached a threshold where preparation is going good, then you go to the next level, and that probably will discuss 7, 8, 9 months down the line, not today. Okay, after 2-3 months you can go for 6 months, maybe advanced syllabus, and here you would require these 5-6 extra books. So for now, only newspapers and NCRTs. Which NCRTs I've already mentioned. Okay, aap inhi ko padho and don't read anything else. You mark my word, you take my word, and you follow my advice. There are, you can get n number of advice from multiple sources, but stick to my advice, because I am a professional. I am a person who have experience in this field. I am a student. I have a lot of people, my students, who are cracking examination every year. So what I'm telling you is not only based on my experience, but the experience of people who are cracking exam every year. So let's focus on the basic things, the NCRTs. NCRTs agar kar liya hai, then we can go to the next level. Now I'll talk about the preparation, the job. How do I streamline the job? So try to map. Just sit down. You have a job. Okay, what is the working? So it's a 5 days, some days 6 days a week. So you practically just get 1 day, and it will be off day, it will be study day, and you have so many questions in your mind. Let's accept once you're preparing for the examination, you have to give a break for at least 1 to 1.5 years, which means you would live a life normally, but maybe you want to take a break, you want to go for a holiday for 10 days, or you want to sleep the whole day on Sunday or maybe Saturday. Maybe that would, that needs to be changed, and you have to be mentally ready that, okay, I have to study, 2 to 3 hours every day, 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours every day. And I have to make sure that I maybe at least 6 hours I invest on my weekends or my on the off days. So let's sit and map your work. आप कितने घंटे काम करते हो? 8 hours, 10 hours. Right now traveling is not there, but many times traveling is also there. So maybe 10 to 11 hours at the max. Which means, let's say you come at 7 p.m. in the evening from your office. Okay, then you would require 1 hour break, and you can start with 8 p.m. And remember, be very consistent here. आपने एक बार decide कर लिया that I'm going for preparation, it's worth the effort. Because I have seen people from IITs and IIMs and the top-notch people getting no salary in 50 lakh, 70 lakh, 80 lakh. They have quit their job and today they are civil servants. Okay, I have seen people who are doing very well in life and they quit everything at the age of 30. They have good income, good salary, they have also good savings, and then they quit the job and they crack the examination in one attempt in 1 year. So there has to be something, because UPSC exam preparation, it gives you a lot of opportunities. UPSC, specifically IS, is a very dream job for anybody. Okay, because the kind of power, authority, respect, recognition, honor, social security, economic security you get is unparalleled. Okay, so first let and sit and map कि आप कितने घंटे काम करते हैं, how many hours you put an effort. For other students who are normal, they should make a plan for 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever. So then you have minimum 2-3 hours of studies needed. In this, maybe 50 minutes to 1 hour you can invest on the newspapers, and next maybe 2 hours on the NCRTs or the subjects you can focus. Remember, always ensure that you study 5 to 6 days a week. Okay, at least make sure. If it is not 7, at least study for 5 to 6 days a week. You can take 1 day break, 1 day एक दिन पढ़ने का नहीं मन है, that is okay, but make sure newspaper पढ़ना चाहिए आप. In that day, even on the break day, the newspaper has to be there. So you can skip 1 day. 1 day you can say, I will study only for 6 days. 1 day I'll take a break. Now that 1 day would be maybe Saturday evening. Maybe you want to take a break, and आपने morning में पढ़ लिया, and evening you take a break. You want to go out and maybe relax, watch a movie. That's okay. I'm completely pro that. I do not believe that you just sit and slog. That does not work. It's not that your life should be normal. Don't make it a life and death issue. Okay. Yes, be very conscious about the effort you're going to make, because this preparation would require time and effort. So you need to have 2 to 3 hours. If you can make it 4 hours, well and good, because more are you able to invest. But remember, the investment in art has to be qualitative, or continuity is the key. It's not that you study for 10 hours on Sunday and Saturday and the rest 5 days you're off. No, not that. That strategy will not work. Make sure that you study 2 hours. On Saturday, Sunday also you study for 6 hours when you have an off day, 7 hours off day. But on a normal day, you study for 2-3 hours. That would work in the beginning at least. Holidays and weekends can require better planning. Okay, so let's say you come at 8 p.m. So you say from 8 to 9:30 is my dinner. So I'll study 8 to 9:30 my dinner. Okay. Let's say you have a class, so maybe 1.5 hour, you can invest in the class, 1.5 hour. Then after that, you have a dinner and you sit again at 10:30 till 12:30. Okay, so that you can give a 2 sittings of 1.5 hour, and that is 3 hours. You go to sleep, get up in the morning. Morning can be invested. If you sleep at 12, you can get up at 7. Let's say your office is 9. Okay, so you can study for 1 hour, just 1 hour. 40 minutes. Up thoda little, study little. It's not that you study for 2 hours. If you have less time, half an hour, study for half only. But make sure that half hour is worth the effort. Make sure to put quality. You have to leave office at 9 and you're getting up at 7:30 or 6:30. Study for 1 hour. 1 hour is more than for everything. Having breakfast, all your daily routine. Okay. And when you have less time, you have to be very conscious that I have less time, so I have to be more effective in my time. Or even 10 minutes का break मिलता है, उसको utilize करो. एक 10 minute का break मिला, एक article पढ़ लो, क्या दिक्कत है? Open the newspaper app and read an article, and maybe think about what is okay. This article is on economy. Okay. So you made a mental map of things. You don't have to make the notes, everything, but you can do a mental map. Preparation चलते भी होती है. Thought process development करने के लिए किताब में कमरे में बैठ के thought process development important नहीं है. You can walk on the road and still think. Okay. map the list of minimum things to do. For example, newspaper reading has to be there, classes regular karna hai. Okay, start with basics. NCRT the first 2-3 months. After 2 months, focus more on the skills than syllabi completion. Skills, writing skills, reading skills. How to improve your reading skill? I'll take a lecture on that, maybe 20 minutes. How to improve your writing skills? That is a continuous process. You have to learn to communicate effectively, because writing is a skill which writing skill is something that which will take time. Okay, so if you have the skills of the preparation, syllabus completion will take hardly 6 months at the max. और आप 4 घंटा भी daily पढ़ते हो, syllabus completion, 4 से 5 घंटा daily पढ़ते हो, after you have the right skill, let's say you can write well, you can communicate well, 6 months is more than sufficient for covering the syllabus. Okay, reading and writing skill, you can invest almost 30 minutes on an average, which means every third day after 2 months, just write something. Maybe write an article, maybe write some questions, maybe we have discussed something in the class, write an issue, you have attended a topic on whatever topic, write an answer on that. Maybe once in a while, after 10 days, 15 days, write an essay. Right, if you have something going in mind, why don't you just jot it down and make a meaningful write up? Because eventually, once you clear the prelims, and you will remember, maybe after 2 years down the line, ek din aayega, prelims niklega, and the day you clear the prelims, you should be in such a level that you crack your mains without even a single doubt. Because if you have good writing skill, knowledge kam bhi hoga to bhi selection ho jayega. Because UPSC exam ke andar, in the examination, you do not have time, you do not get time. आपका जो time होता है वहाँ होता ही नहीं है. You do not have time to write. The clock is clicking. And I'll give you an example. For example, let's take an example of UPSC. So in the mains examination, these are 4 papers, paper 1, paper 2. Every paper you get, let's say every paper you get around 20 questions on average. Okay, this is a mains, just university exam mein aata hai. And the average number of words is 200. So you have to write 4,000 words in 3 hours. 3 hours means 180 minutes. So in 180 minutes, you have to write 20 questions, which means 9 minutes per question. Let's say you studied about a topic and you studied 3 days. मैंने आपको agriculture, I took a topic on agriculture and we did brainstorming for 5 days, and we studied about India's agriculture history, problem, challenges, and blah blah blah, and the theory and the future strategy, how to double farmers' income, the reports and committees, what government is doing, what people are doing, innovation, and we have so many things in our mind. So when you read so much, then I say, okay, just write 200 words what you have read, and suddenly the mind is blank. The mind is blank. And why mind is blank? Because suddenly you have so much in your mind in terms of points and knowledge, but you don't know how to structure them, how to put it in perspective, how to make it, how to write it in a very small 200 words, how to prioritize. You have 100 points in your mind, but how to prioritize them, you don't know which point should be number 1 and number 2, because that is what UPSC is going to check. It is not about slogging and hard work is important, but the outcome is more important. मान लो आपने थोड़ा ही पढ़ा, you studied instead of 5 hours, you studied 2 hours only, but you are more effective in your analysis. That is what is important. So some 4,000 word you have to write, 4,000 word into 7 papers, because there are 7 papers in merit, 4 GS, 1 essay, and 2 optional paper. Okay, so 4,000 into 7. So you have to write effectively 28,000 words in 4.5 days. अच्छा, एक दिन में 2 पेपर होते हैं. There are 2 papers in the same day. So you have to write 8,000 words in 1 day. So this is the ultimate objective. What happened? The people who give mains, give the mains, and on an average some 12,000, 11, 12,000, 13,000 people give. Out of this, hardly 40% people are ready to complete the paper. Rest 60% people, they are not able to complete the paper because they have not worked on their writing skills. Even they have worked, they have not reached the threshold where they can crack the examination. So that would be the ultimate objective. So step by step, the first is of course the syllabi understanding. Second is the NCERTs at basic level. You make a list that needs to be read. Third is read them properly. Third is the newspaper reading have to be regular and thorough. In the beginning, what newspaper? The macro news, the national news. What to be read would require another lecture. Then after that, after 2 months, you do this for 2 months. 2 months, 3 months also if needed. Go slow. If you find that things are not coming, maybe you can go slow. You have to be more effective. And then after 2 months, you go with the next level where you focus on your skills. Maybe reading can be improved, writing can be improved. Okay, because after reading NCRT, your base is there, base of various subjects: economy, history, polity, culture. You get to understand. If I ask you focus on a reading skill right now, it will not there, because you haven't read the subject of basics नहीं समझ में आया. Once basics I have understood, then you can, it's like your base, your runway is ready, you can take off from there. Okay, so that is what would be there. So after 2-3 months you focus on skills, and parallelly you can focus on the advanced syllabi. Okay, so that would be the ultimate objective of the entire preparation. Now coming to these pointers. So first 2-3 months, I'm more concerned about your time management. Just sit and map your time. Ask yourself that how much time I can devote, how much time I have, and be very practical about it. If you have any problem, share it with me. Come to me, sir, I'm facing this problem. How can you? And remember, studying is not only about sitting for 2 hours, 3 hours. You can have an effective study for 15 minutes also, half an hour also. You just have to find a way to do that, because mind is very powerful. You're not able to use your mind. And remember, 6 to 7 hours of sleep is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. Every day I sleep hardly 6.5 hours, and that is more than sufficient. 7 hours लेते हो तो अच्छी बात है, but don't sleep for 9 hours and 10 hours. You are a student, so student have to be little conscious about these things. So that is how you have to focus. So what would be the plan? Make a plan now, step by step. First, map your entire work schedule and how much time you can squeeze. Okay, so how much time you can squeeze? Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. This is very subjective, but take an average. For example, make a weekly target, weekly plan, and you said in my weekly plan I can study 15 to 18 hours. So let's make a plan for this 15-18 hours. So you start with NCRTs. Okay, so I'll cover. Open the NCRT, see how much So make a plan and small target for next week. Remember, the target always should have weekly. Don't make a daily target, because daily target you are investing daily every day in making a target. Don't do that. One day you'll study less, other day you can study more. So the law of averages works here. So make a target, a weekly target, and after making the weekly target, then you try to stick to that. Remember, when you make a target, 90% chances, or in the beginning the 100% chances are there that you would not be able to meet the target, because आपको ये भी नहीं पता है कि target कितना होना चाहिए. How much can I do? Because you do not know your pace of preparation, you do not know the understanding. So this is more like, this will improve over a period of time. Target or goal setting, do that. At the same time, also have a monthly, kind of thing in your mind. So in this month, I should do this. Make a small target and stick to that target and try to make it work. If it is not working, you can share your doubts. You can call me also and discuss with me. So this is a problem I'm facing in my job. This is a problem I'm facing. See, everybody is facing a problem. Everybody, will have their own set of problems. The good thing about you and most positive thing about you that you have a job. And since you're a job, you're not dependent. That job is also like a security to you. Other people, they have other pressures. They're not getting their monthly income. There is more peer pressure. Their parents are asking when you get selected. So for you, at least that problem is not there. So you have to be more effective. And once you reach a threshold of preparation, okay, then after that you can decide that can I take a 3 months of break before the examination, prelims, or prelims के लिए नहीं रह सकते हो, maybe you can plan 1 month before 2 months. Can you take a break from a job? Can you find a way? Again, it's difficult. Again, it's very subjective. A lot of people they take break 1 month, 1.5 months. Some people do not take a break. Okay, so it is something that something that you have to improvise. So right now the focus is map the entire work schedule. निकालो कितने घंटा पढ़ सकते हो, weekend and weekends both, and then make a weekly plan. You can share your weekly plan with me. Just WhatsApp the weekly plan with me. So this is my weekly plan, and this is open for everybody. Now, next after 10 days, you speak to me, and I'll ask you, okay, what is about the target of you? आप अपना weekly target meet कर पाए हो? Are you able to complete your weekly target or not? Then you'll understand, okay, things are working and things are not working. And then you question yourself, okay, maybe my plan is not ready. Maybe my targets are way too ambitious. Maybe I need to tone down a little bit. So preparation it's about juggling all these things. And remember, 50% preparation is in your mind. It's psychological. Only 50% preparation is more academic, but 50% preparation is in mind. And believe me, the capacity that you have is way too high. You underestimate your ability. You have put yourself in a shell. I've seen people who can slog and they're doing jobs, they're doing preparation, and they're doing everything. Yes, some people have personal issues, there are family priorities are there, but everybody would have certain problem. किसी का problem X होगा, किसी का Y होगा. You have chosen this call, and this call is something that will happen only, maybe this is probably for next 2-3 years, not for the entire life. After 30, 32, 32 is upper limit for general category. So after 30, you would be maybe 31, 31 to you would not be able to get the job. You would not have the opportunity. So maybe this window opportunity is probably 2-3 years. And remember, I would expect students who are preparing that they should utilize this window opportunity and have a target of 2 years in your mind. That 1 year I'll give the prepare and 1 year I'll give the exam. The 2-year target. If some reason for somehow if things do not work out first year, maybe 1 more year. That's all. So don't make it a 5-year plan. Don't make okay. I have 32 age, so I will do. I have so many attempts. I am OBC, so I can go for 35 age. No, I am SC ST, so I have 37 age attempt. No, 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 no. So that would be like giving yourself an excuse. There are no alibis. Remember, okay? So there are no alibis and excuse for things not working. So Gopi has a question, and now I'll take questions, guys. Everything is clear till now here. Any confusion? जो मैंने समझाया पूछा, is it making sense to each one of you? Does it make sense to each one of you? Yeah. Okay. So okay, so I'll take questions now. You can shoot your questions now. Now Gopi has a question. What is the sleeping hours left during 12-hour remaining 12 hours? So you're working for 12 hours, Gopi? You're working for 12 hours? Okay, you can decide. See, everybody has 24 hours, so you have to sit down and plan. Kamal, don't read general science. Don't read anything in general science. Just read current issues. General science is NCRTs 9 to 10th. Oh, sorry, 6 to 10th, and then 11, 12th. So you would not get much question general science. General science से एक दो 1-2 question का आता है, but that can be skipped because cutoff. I have to crack the cutoff. Remember, I have to be practical. If you read general science and start reading NCRT 6, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, believe me, it's a waste of time. You would read some more than 77 chapters. I've counted the chapters also which needs to be read, and you'll get 1 or 2 question. Arey bhai, you have 50%, 55% cutoff. So I get 10, 12 questions in science. Out of that, 9 questions are mostly linked with current issues and the syllabus mentioned in the mains GS paper 3. So 2, 3, I can skip this. See, once you are studying, always do the cost and benefit analysis. Effort, outcome. Effort, outcome. Judge that. Don't go for something just because somebody has told you. If you have a doubt, then ask me. Okay. So Utkarsh has a question. Becoming IRS income tax commissioner, giving. Utkarsh, you are from UP. Which state? You're from UP. Okay. So Utkarsh, in this situation, the syllabus for state PCS and the IRS, they're same. UPSC is the same. In fact, if you cover the UPSC, no, UPSC is like this. I'll tell you. UPSC is like this. This is UPSC, and this is a state exam. If you reach till interview stage in the state in the UPSC, you would definitely crack the. In fact, even if you given mains in UPSC, the chances of you cracking the state examination is way too high. Minimum height of IPS officer is 160 centimeter, or I have to check that. 165, not I think 165, 5 feet 5 inches. I think that is the minimum. I have to check that. It's a little technical, but Senator, I'll take a session on another topic. Writing answer will require a whole maybe at least 20 minutes of discussion. Writing answers require means you have to stick to the subject what the question is asking, and what to avoid. Let's take this tomorrow or maybe on Tuesday. On the after class, I'll take 10 minutes. Mujhe just remind me, Senator. Okay. How to prepare for personality test? Well, that is another area, Jagan. Maybe I will take a session on that. But personality test will come in the end. Don't worry, you will get enough time after mains. It will require, we invest around 40-45 hours of session just to improve your personality test. Don't worry. Okay, so personality test means interview. Interview is more about they're looking at officer like quality. Okay, they're looking at your thought process, your demeanor, your body language. Yes, I'll be sharing this in the PDF. Devashish, see only 2-3 services you are. So if you are 5'4", I have to check that. You have to. I think 165 centimeters. So just check your height in centimeter. For IPS, I think you have to be there. So IPS you cannot compete. Then Pondicherry Police and DANIPS. So there are 3 services, but still you have other 21 services you can compete. Check करना पड़ेगा मुझे technicality. Devashish, I'll check. Yes, Anil, I'll put in the PDF. Any more questions, guys? Any questions further? See, you all have my number also. If you want to specifically reach out to me, just message me, sir, when you're free. We can speak for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, anytime. Any questions, anybody? There are lectures. If you want me to take mentoring session, so the mentoring session like how to make notes, how to write answers for mains. Okay, how to write, so all these session I'll take independent session, because UPSC, there are so many things. Okay, so that is all. Anybody, any questions? Should I close the session for now? And you can speak to me. Specific question, you can call me and reach out to me. Should I close it? Or no more questions now?